We got some pro wrestling gossip. Let's talk about it. Let's be real. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Hulk Hogan, the reactions. Let's talk about the reactions, honey, because child, mixed reactions, baby. Some people celebrating his death. Yeah, you heard me right, you two. Some people celebrating his death. Some people calling him a racist. Some people explaining there's a difference between Hulk Hogan, the character, and the human being. Some people honoring him. This was the news of the week. Let's be real, nothing occurred that was more newsworthy than him passing away. I will say this, don't want to go much into it. My personal opinion, because I do know there are people that feel some type of way. There are some people that do like him. I don't want any of that drama, but I will say rest in peace. That's all I will say about that. No offense to him or anyone that loves him. I'm not going to go that deep into it. I wasn't even in his generation, let's be honest. I do know who he is, and he has done a lot for wrestling, but to be honest, didn't really watch him in his prime. But shocking, I guess, that he passed away. We heard a lot of news that Hulk Hogan was a little sick over the years, recent months. Um, Last time we saw him, didn't he get booed? He has a beer company or wine company. What is it that they were trying to advertise with Mr. Hulk Hogan? So that was the last time we saw him when he got booed at Saturday night's main event. Who would have known that he would have passed away? What, 3 months later? So let me turn on some music soon. But Hulk Hogan, some people paying respect, some people not paying respect. Some people that pay respect to Hulk Hogan are being called coons. Yes, I'm keeping it real. Keeping it real. Please like this video for wrestling news at least 3 times a week. But yes, some people are being called coons. We have Leon Rush that was giving a tribute. Um, yes, he did grow up watching Hulk Hogan, I'm assuming. And a lot of people are calling him a coon. Chelsea Green, don't really know that much into details what she tweeted, but I know she went offline because people dragged her for filth for talking about Hulk Hogan. So a lot of reactions. Some people are being called a coon if they support Hulk Hogan. Some people are being trolled. Some people are arguing. Some people are tough online faceless, saying how they are happy that he's deceased. So there is a lot of reactions to his death and a lot of shocking reactions, I may add myself. Hi, Fire. How are you? We're talking pro wrestling news. Right now, I'm talking about Hulk Hogan and his passing and everyone's reaction. Again, some people are paying tribute to Hulk Hogan. A lot of people that are getting dragged, such as Leo Rush, who is a black wrestler himself, being called a coon. We do have people like Tessa, who is Tessa Blanchard, which is her birthday today. She gave tribute, and of course, they call her racist because of her past. But a lot, a lot of drama surrounding his death. A little shocking, actually. But sorry, I have to edit when I get on. Okay, so let's talk about it. You know, I keep it real, so I'm no filter. So if you guys get upset if I say racist or coon, I'm just saying what they are saying. This is not me personally saying it. I'm just repeating it, and I'm not being PG like WWE. So yeah, I do. Thank you. I do believe in Jesus, and I pray every night. So man with the name, you can sub if you want. This is pro wrestling, but yes, the spirit of Jesus is in this live stream. Thank you for that. Oliver, how are you? Okay, so you're giving your condolences to Hulk Hogan. Okay, so how are you? Do I know how to twerk? Yes, for the right person. Jose, hey, hello. Frank, how are you doing, honey? How are you doing? Talking pro wrestling news. Talking about right now the biggest story: Hulk Hogan passing away, and people deleting their social media, such as Chelsea Green, Leo Rush being called a coon. A lot of reactions. Some people even celebrating his death, which is shocking, but this is the wrestling community. I even saw one person, I had to clap back at this person online. He said, AEW fans, um, AEW fans are disrespecting Hulk Hogan. All of them are laughing at him. They said that on a tweet. And then he also said, AEW fans are the only one calling Hulk Hogan racist. I went on this man's page on X who said this on a response on a major tweet. Looked at his page. AEW sucks. WWE rules. How the hell does AEW fans, how are they the only ones talking about Hulk Hogan in his past? Let's be real. And I had to tweet this. AEW wasn't even around when the tape came out. So how is it that AEW fans are the only ones that are allegedly mad, but AEW wasn't even a thing when the tape came out? This is stupid. I mean, some of these people online are just crazy. I mean, if you love WWE that much that you have to make everything about AEW, that's why sometimes I just don't like watching WWE because their fans are too much. But I did grow up watching it. But still, really, you make Hulk Hogan's death about AEW? Really? I can't. Okay, let me look at these. I'm just talking around. Okay. Hey, Frank. Okay, so Booker T. Yeah, did he say anything, y'all? Did Booker T say anything about his death? Um, I did. I was being a little messy. I did go on his Twitter, I think, when it first happened, but I didn't see anything. Has there been any update? Has he tweeted anything? Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me look at the comments. I was shocked when he died. He doesn't deserve the hate. Okay, Oliver, thank you for being real and raw because I do know some people may bash you if they don't like him. Again, I'm not saying my opinion. I mean, I don't really know much. I know Hulk Hogan from watching wrestling since I was 7. I'm 29 at this point, so I know who he is. Some in the video games. Used to love his daughter. I love an underdog. Used to love his daughter, Brooke Hogan, and her music. I remember when her and Heidi Montag from the Hills, they were kind of having a feud and making diss songs towards each other. I loved Brooke Hogan's music career. Rough Me Up, Strip, You're Not That High. I like Brooke Hogan. Wasn't she on a reality show at one point? I hate how they always mocked her looks, saying she kind of looked mannish. She's a really pretty woman to me. And speaking of her, let's gossip about that. They said she didn't talk to him for years. She finally talked to him recently when she was told, allegedly, that it's not looking too good for Hulk Hogan, that he may pass away. And they allegedly did make peace. And glad to hear that. Okay, so, okay, let me see. There's a bug. Oh, oh no, let me see. I would love to eat you. Oh, who is this? Well, we're talking about pro wrestling news tonight. Well, I guess it's during the day. Most people who talk mess about him don't know what he did for the wrestling companies. Chocolate Boy. Okay, we talking about wrestling. Can we stick to that? I thank you for the compliment. Can you like and sub, by the way? We talking about wrestling tonight. Today, I'm so used to being on this at night. I'm sorry. Okay, so Frank, were you a fan? If you are, can you name something that he was famous for? I do remember. Again, I wasn't growing up in his era. I do remember him doing the scoop slam to Andre the Giant. Wasn't that his huge moment at WrestleMania? And I think it was a huge moment because at that time, a lot of people did not have that ability to pick up Andre the Giant, or they didn't look like a threat. I think that was his crowning moment, if I'm not correct. Maybe he was popular before that. I do know he had the leg drop, clearly. So, again, didn't grow up in that era. Speaking of wrestling gossip, we already have um, Jimmy Uso. Let's talk about that. What I want to talk about Jimmy Uso is we see that he's not getting the shine that he's supposed to get. He still does not have a solo gold. They didn't even want to give him the mid card title, kind of like a solo and Jacob Fatu. I guess he wasn't worthy of that. But I have been doing my little digging about him and going on Reddit, seeing what people were saying about Jimmy Uso, and they have stated that he's gained a lot of weight over the last couple of years. And I started to look at more Reddit forums and X comments. And I'm starting to think this is this something that Jimmy Uso maybe he doesn't want to get a push? Is he insecure about his body? I remember there was at one point where he would be shirtless. Now he's always fully geared. Um, I don't know. I know a lot of people say out of the two Usos that Jay Uso's the hotter one, got the nicer body. He's shirtless. Jimmy Uso, he gained a lot of weight. Has to wear a whole bodysuit when he wrestles. So is it something to do with his weight? Is that why he's not getting a push? Is he insecure about his weight? If so, he should not be insecure because I think he's handsome. I'm not throwing no jabs at him. I'm just keeping it real. Is that why he's not getting a push? Is it more so he's not confident in his skin? Is it more WWE doesn't think he's in shape to be a solo star? He's a little too chunky. I don't know, because this is just weird. We do have Solo chunkier than Jimmy. We do have Jacob Fatu that's chunkier than Jimmy Uso. So I don't know if it's really a weight gain thing that he's not as fit as Jay Uso. I really don't know what's going on. Why I say that, we do see that he's aligned with the bloodline again. So that already shows you they don't even plan on giving him a title soon. Oh! Oh! I'm sorry. I did not mean to laugh, Frank, at that comment. I just saw it on the screen. So you kind of like the other people online where you guys kind of noticed there was a weight gain with Mr. Jimmy Uso, Big Jim, right? Chocolate Boy. No wrestler is different than a real life person. It wasn't for Hulk Hogan. It won't be all. Yeah, long time. Are you gay? Yes, Brandy. By the way, pro wrestling news at least 3 times a week. Can you please like and sub? He wrestles The Rock, The Randy, Shawn Michaels, Jimmy let himself go. Yes. Okay, so do you guys think this is maybe a reason why he hasn't gotten that push? Maybe WWE thinks he let himself go a little bit? Or is it a Jimmy Uso, his confidence? I just hate that for him. Your brother, your twin brother at that, becomes world heavyweight champion. Your wife, who, let's be real, she hasn't been relevant for a little while now. When she went to TNA and left WWE, that's when she got a lot of buzz. But after that, the buzz kind of went down with Naomi. When she returned at Royal Rumble, it was like, okay, she came back. But this new heel Naomi, loving that. After this, she got the title. Hope she retains in that triple threat match. But let me get on. We love mess here in Pro Wrestling Gossip. How do you feel if you were Jimmy? Okay, my twin brother, he gets World Heavyweight Championship. Okay, my cousin that came after me, Jacob Fatu, he gets a U.S. title. Okay, my little brother that came after me, he gets the U.S. title. Okay, Roman gets the headline WrestleMania. Okay, so if you were Jimmy, okay, now my wife that hasn't really been relevant but has a new character change, now she's the women's champion. So if you were Jimmy Uso, would you feel a kind of way? What's going on? Why is everyone around me getting a belt? I mean, as a fan, I know this, so I'm just speaking about it. Where am I from? Hey, how are you, by the way? And please like this video and follow. I post pro wrestling news at least 3 times a week, and I go live. But yes, I'm from Michigan, but I hope all is well. But Jimmy Uso, don't know what's going on with him. Is it something backstage? Is there some drama going on backstage? I don't know. I'm surprised. Is it health issues maybe? Because I haven't seen Mr. Rikishi. He doesn't go off as much about Jimmy Uso as he does Jay Uso. If you haven't noticed, I haven't really seen him talk about Jimmy Uso. So again, maybe it's health reasons he's not getting a push. Who knows? I just noticed um, Rikishi's not really talking about Jimmy Uso as much as Jey Uso. I mean, Jey Uso, Rikishi was pushing for him to have the title. Rikishi was tweeting how it was messed up how he lost that championship and how they couldn't book him well. So you saw the support of Rikishi supporting Jay, but again, Jimmy, not really. So again, is there something more going on? Is there weight gain issues and he's not confident? He doesn't want to get a push and he wants to be stuck with the bloodline? Is there some health issues? Is there something going backstage? I really don't know what's going on with his push at this point, Mr. Jimmy Uso. Doesn't matter where you're from. I think Jimmy might go to Raw with his wife. Yeah, I think so. That is what the reports are saying. And thank you, Frank. Yes, the reports are saying they are allegedly trying to get him to go to Raw. I do want to say I do post on a Facebook group, Pro Wrestling Tea, and I did post about that. If you guys ever want to follow the Facebook group, Pro Wrestling Tea, you guys can post as well. But yes, allegedly, thank you, Frank, for bringing that up. Allegedly, he is going to Raw to be with his wife, Naomi. Kind of obvious. They kind of like keeping couples apart. I'm sorry, like keeping couples together. But what will he do on Raw? Is he just going to be one of many? I feel like he's going to be like a background player, like a Sami Zayn. No shade, no shade. And Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. Are we really excited for that? I'm not. Let me do one more thing. I'm not excited for that. I am not excited for that. Both of them don't really get a push. Karrion Kross, yeah, he's good online. I respect him, what he's doing. I did like him best in that NXT TikTok. Now with Sami Zayn always losing, I'm a big fan of him. I thought he was going to win the World Heavyweight Championship, but now I'm like, he's a loser. He loses all the time. His momentum is down. So we have two people where their momentum is down. They both need the win. So it's kind of tragic if you think about it in that viewpoint. Like you want Sammy to win at SummerSlam, build his momentum to win the championship, but then you want Karrion Kross to win because allegedly WWE is not even offering to re-sign him, but you want him to get a push too. So two people you're rooting for facing each other to get some kind of push. Yeah, Frank. So you right on it. That's sad. I kind of knew it once Roman Reigns returned. I was like, oh hell no. Jey Uso is not even gonna go after that championship no more. He's going to be stuck with Roman Reigns doing some tag team shit. And guess what? He's doing some tag team shit with Roman Reigns. I was like, oh my god. You kind of have to pray that Roman Reigns doesn't come back. Like, if you are a Uso fan, you got to be like, oh my God, please, please don't come back, Roman Reigns, because we know when Roman Reigns come back, that's all they're gonna be doing. Like, oh, please don't come back, because when he's gone, you notice Jey Uso was getting a push, but when Roman Reigns comes, background player again. Thank you, Elton. How are you? How are you? A little under the weather, I will admit, but I'm here. That's why I was a little late, so I do apologize. I don't know, probably a summer cold, but I'm here. How are you guys? Yeah, the Raw division, the tag team division, just in general in wrestling sucks to me. And here, a lot of you guys say I'm just always on AEW side. Here's the thing: I'm an underdog. I love an underdog, so I'm always rooting for the smaller places, smaller people, smaller companies. But I like all wrestling. But I think in general, tag team is dead. We have, I don't even know who has the best tag team division right now. Maybe CTNA. I'm trying to think of their tag team division. Okay, I mean they have the Hardys. See, I have to think. Raw. Okay, we have the New Day. They've been there a long time. Liking Xavier Woods, liking that new attire. Hey, I'll keep it real. So let me just say, love the new attire on Xavier Woods. But it kind of looks like he wants to be a solo star. That's why he's showing it all now and taunting to the camera, letting them know, give me my mid card title. I'm tired of this shit, babes. But I don't think they're gonna be a tag team anymore. Who else is there? Oh, those Viking riders, people that look like they're on a ship that will rob you. What are those people that are on ships? Pirates. We have them. Not really a fan of them. Uh, Judgment Day. Thank you. Judgment Day. Who else is there? See how you have to think. SmackDown. Who do we have? Street Profits. DIY. Motor City Machine Guns. I'm really thinking. I have to think. See how I have to think? Motor City Machine Guns. Okay, yeah, just the tag team in general is horrible. Do I remember WWF? Okay, hello. Oh, okay. I'm so glad you have a boyfriend, Elton. Were you laughing at me talking about Xavier, or I'm sorry, I'm just now seeing this. Hi, Philip. I remember WWF. What a time it was. I heard it. What a time it was. I grew up ruthless aggression era. So the early 2000s to 2012. Started watching in 2003. I think the Hurricanes the one that really inspired me as a little boy to watch wrestling. So that was the ruthless aggression era. Did watch clips as a teenager of the Attitude era. So I do know those days. They were really raw with the bra and panties matches. They still have that in the ruthless aggression era. I don't like this PG era though. When's this going to end? We had the oh my god, ruthless aggression. Oh no, that wasn't the first one, was it? Attitude era, ruthless. Now the PG. Can we move on to a new era now? Maybe a PG-13 era. I guess you can say that was the ruthless aggression era at some point. It was the PG-13, while the Attitude Era was more adult rated, and now we're in the PG rated. But okay, when are we going to move back to PG-13 at least? Okay, Alan, you used to wrestle, box. Okay, I don't like boxing. I do apologize. No offense to you. I always thought it was a little. I don't know. I didn't like the whole just punching to knock someone out. I really wasn't a fan of that. So it's dangerous. I heard. I mean, you get hit on the head the wrong way, you're dead. But hey, I know people make a living out of it, and they love seeing that shit. New Day and Judgment Day. Honestly, they need to put both to. Yes, they do. They don't even need two belts at this time. I do know they really want to stick to the two belts, but at this time they really don't need it. Okay, so you've been watching in the '80s. Stone Cold era. Okay, John. So that's who was major. I heard Stone Cold wasn't even around that long, allegedly. What I mean by that is his injury kind of stopped him from being kind of the star that he could have been. I did hear a lot of people saying he could have had a longer career, but all of those injuries kind of put him on the shelf. SummerSlam, let's talk about it. The first two night events. Let's talk about it. How do we feel about this tonight? How do we feel about the card? Let me bring the card up. Let me bring the card up. Give me 1 second to bring up the card. What I will say about this tonight, I guess it wants to be like WrestleMania. I mean, I always knew SummerSlam was one of the major three PLEs, but for 2 nights, I think we eventually will get that for the Rumble. And no, and what I mean by that is we're going to have some filler matches. But each night, guess what? Night one, women. Night two, men. I feel like with the partnership, well, the merge with Endeavor and they're money hungry, I feel like they will try to keep making. Oh, that scared the hell out of me. I'm like, what is that? But I can see Endeavor wanting two nights to make money off of it. One night, the women rumble. Second, men filler matches in between. The brand split needs to be done with. Raw and SmackDown put everybody in one show. Really crucial. I like it. Thank you about the shirt. Thank you. Um, I would say this. I would say this. With that Logan Paul shit, I really don't care about that match. I'm just gonna be honest. Logan Paul, he's okay. He does have my respect. He paid his dues. I do like how he's already talking like he's been here in 10 years. Wrestling, you're coming in my lane, Jelly Bean. I'm like, okay, so I guess you run WWE now. You established that. Okay, noted. Didn't know Logan Paul runs everything now in WWE, but hey, did respect what he's been doing. But running WWE and telling Jelly Bean this is my lane, is it your lane? But the match, I don't like that celebrity goofy shit. To be honest, again, this is this PG shit. Always trying to get these celebrities to get some clicks and views for the children. I'm grown. I don't know no damn Jelly Bean, Jelly Roll, Jelly. I don't know. Call it what it is. I don't know him. So him and Randy, Randy's been looking a little bad with the booking. At some point, we thought that he was going to dethrone Cody Rhodes. Remember, we was talking about that months ago. That he was going to dethrone Cody Rhodes. He was going to go heel. Remember? Now he's just Jelly Bean, Jelly Rose partner at a SummerSlam. And then we had Joe Hendry and Randy Orton in that quick match at WrestleMania. That's Randy Orton's booking. Legend killer, now a legend. Look how time has caught up. I still remember growing up in the ruthless aggression era, which was Randy Orton's era, because if you don't remember, OVW, Shelton Benjamin, Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Randy Orton, all in one class, I think I heard they did run the ruthless aggression era. So I did watch Randy over the years, but just the way he's being booked as the legend killer, do miss that gimmick. But as the legend, I want better for him. You know, this jelly bean, jelly roll, I really don't care to learn it. I'm sorry. But whoever he is, I don't care. Logan Paul, I'm kind of tolerating him because he's decent in the ring. He earned my respect. But now these are two celebrities. You have Logan Paul, who's this YouTuber entrepreneur. I would say that because he is one. I see him. He doing his thing, so I'm not taking that away from him. Then we have Jelly Bean, who's also an outsider. So again, a lot of outsiders getting spotlights. And Randy Orton, it'll be cute, but we all know Jelly Roll's going to win. Okay, so that would be a shocking turn of events, Frank, if Seth Rollins comes and maybe that debukes the injury story that we all feel is going. Maybe it is all a not hoax, but part of the storyline. I don't know. It was a little weird what they said about Saturday night's main event. How he was supposed to cash in allegedly on Goldberg, but then things got scrapped. So I don't know. That would be interesting though. Okay, so you agree you do like Randy Orton. I do like him. I remember his old theme song. Hey, time to play the game. Dun 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 to play. I remember that when I was a teenager kid. But yeah, a lot of memories with Randy Orton. What was his theme song? What is mine? I think, or was it time to play the game? No, that was Triple H. That was his theme name. I think I don't know the name of it. I just know the lyrics. I know Logan, I still don't care. Cody Rhodes is a baby face, the apex predator. I like Randy as a legend killer. Him today, apex predator. Yeah. Have you noticed that Randy got a little bit bigger? Ah! We were just talking about Jimmy Uso getting big, weren't we? We were just talking about him gaining weight, not getting no push. And now I'm talking about Randy Orton. What's going on with his push? You like, well, hell, did you not notice that he got bigger too, boo? Okay, I didn't think. Okay, are they weight shaming these people now? I didn't put two and two together. I'm just reacting to what you saying. Like, wait a minute now. I was just talking about Jimmy Uso's weight. They really doing that now in 2025? I know he got a stomach, a little good, but I thought that was with age not being used as much in the wrestling world. As we see, sometimes he's not used. So yeah, I did see a little weight gain. I mean, this is what we're here for. We love gossiping pro wrestling news. No filter, no WWE restrictions, no TV restriction. We keep it raw and real as long as it's respectful. So yeah, I'm glad you said it because you have other people in the chat like Frank that agrees or kind of it was a thought in her back mind too. So I'm glad you kept it real, John. That's what we like to do. Is again, as long as it's respectful, we can be raw and real. You know, we don't have to do that fake PG shit here either, and just say how we feel. Okay, okay. So now we have the real how we feel. The Wyatt Six NYS kind of with somebody waiting for. I'm assuming the Wyatt Six, the anticipation of their return. We got these promos, them interrupting backstage segments with the static and the what is it? I guess it's static when they kind of interfere with the screen and make it all staticky. So kind of anticipating what will come next with them. Yeah, them returning. I don't know. I don't know if it's the characters. We don't know much about them. They're not doing much. Maybe that's why we're not invested. I don't know if maybe, and this is sad, maybe it's the leader. What's his name? Bo, is he not leader material? Maybe they should have left it alone a little bit. It was Bray Wyatt's thing. Yes, Bo is blood to Bray Wyatt, but still, that was his thing. I will say Bo does look like Bray at sometimes. It kind of gives you a scary chill, like, oh my goodness, this kind of looks like his brother. But I always felt like they were going to go this route, and this is my personal opinion, so you don't have to agree with me. I always felt like this would have been Eric's time to shine. He wasn't the one that shined in the original Wyatt. He was the one that was part of the original group. So I always felt with the Wyatt Six, it should have been centered around Eric being one of the original. And let's be real, no disrespect, out of the three original characters of the Wyatt family, he's the only one, and this is really sad to say, he's the only one that's still alive out of the original three. Unfortunately, Bray has passed away, and unfortunately, what is his name? Luke. What was that? Oh, I know his name. Give me a second. Oh, I don't want to say it wrong, so I have to look it up. Was it Ray White? Luke. I knew it was Luke, but Luke Harper also passed away in real life. But Eric is the last man alive. Why couldn't they have made the group about him and still added Bo to it? He could have been maybe the second leader or he could have been backup. But I always felt like, okay, this is Eric's time to shine. He's still remaining. He's still here. Let him be the leader. Let's give him some spotlight. So I feel like maybe they need to change it up a little bit and make him the leader, and maybe Bo Dallas, step back a little bit. He can still be like the second leader, still have some speaking part, but he don't need to be a background player like the other. Oh, let me look. Right, Randy has gained weight. So okay, so yeah. I mean, let's call it what it is. He has gained weight. Maybe that's what's stopping his push. He needs to get a little back in shape. He kind of reminds me of Joe Hendry. They kind of have the same build a little bit. I mean, some people like that though. Some people like a thicker, you know. Some gays like it, some girls would like it, but yeah, maybe some of the producers don't like that look. Especially we've seen how Randy looked before. Okay, John. So Roman is creating a new bloodline. I'm guessing it's going to have Jimmy and Jay still in it. I'm assuming. And by the way, please like this video and follow if you have not. It does help to post pro wrestling news at least 3 times a week. I have to keep remembering to say that. Okay, you agree with me a little bit that you don't see Bo being a leader material. Maybe that's what's lacking. Let's see what NYS has to say because I think he's also the one that brought this up. So let's see what he says. Okay, so he did comment, agree Braun Strowman is around. Okay. Okay. You know, so agree. So I guess he also agrees that it is both a little bit. He's not that leader status that WWE thought he would be. I guess WWE was banking, and we keeping it real. Maybe they were banking off of Bray Wyatt's death and Bo being his real life brother. They were banking that a lot of people would have sympathy for Bo Dallas, and they would just automatically like him and he's the leader, and that's how they can move this faction based off of sympathy, based off the death of Bray Wyatt. I don't know. Maybe they didn't think things through fully, and they just put this together after he passed. Because we all know if he was still alive, I think he would still be doing his own little thing. So this whole Wyatt 6 wouldn't even be a thing because he would be the one part of it, and I don't think Bo Dallas really would be part of it. We kind of didn't see Bo Dallas before Bray died, to be real. I don't know who that is, but I don't want to ignore what you're saying, so let me look him up real fast. If this is someone that's a wrestler. All right, Kahua. Okay. Okay, so I don't know who he is. They say he's a fast bowler. I don't know if this is a sport, but what about him? I know we're talking about pro wrestling, but is he going to become a wrestler? I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. To be honest with you, who is he? Okay, John is saying respect to the fans. I think he's saying that because again, like I stated when I first got on this live, there was a lot of criticism. If you gave Hulk Hogan his flowers, again, I didn't grow up in his time. I do know about the tape and what happened. That was years ago, so I'm not saying that it doesn't matter, but I'm also saying I don't celebrate people's death. You know, what you did is what you did. Only one person, which then we have someone you believe in Jesus. Yes, baby, I do. Only one person at the end of the day can judge you for your actions. Kind of like I'm with Tessa Blanchard. She really did that racist stuff back in the day. Hopefully, she learned from it. Hopefully she knows that stuff you shouldn't be doing and that ain't right. And if you don't like certain races, you are for all races when you're on TV trying to get everyone's money. So I don't try to judge for the rest of their lives, but yeah, a lot of negative reactions. I'm kind of shocked, but not shocked. I could see Cody beating John Cena. A lot of people say he's gonna go heel, and then at the end of the show, Seth comes out and cashes in on Cody. And Cody's the face for a minute. Okay. Uh, okay. Bro, Randy got weight. Okay, so that's nice about him. That's nice about him. Is he like someone you watch? I don't really know him. And speaking of Braun Strowman, he got released again, so I don't know if they would bring him. I don't think I called him original member because I don't remember him being there in the beginning. I thought he joined the group like months later or even a year later. But if he was an original member, I do apologize that I missed him. They could have maybe led the group with him if he was an original member. I always, maybe my memory serves me wrong, I always thought it was just Luke, Bray, and Eric. And then I thought eventually that's when they started adding more people. And I thought that Braun was eventually added later on. Not sure if he was an original member. Okay. Okay. So you seem to be a real fan of his. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Let's talk about AEW for a minute. AEW, their viewership. Let's talk about it. See, Tony Khan wasn't announcing a lot of stuff this week. Think he wanted to, I guess, keep people on their toes. I don't know. Because a lot of people haven't been watching. I still watch, but today, this week, Wednesday show drew 608,000 viewers on TBS, up to last week's 588,000. Okay, so 608,000 views. I guess that's okay. I mean, for AEW, I mean, again, they are the second biggest company in wrestling, so I don't even think Raw, no, or SmackDown always gets millions of views. I do think Raw gets at least 3 million, 4 million a episode. SmackDown maybe the same, but I guess 608,000 compared to that. I mean, they are way lower, but hey, that's decent. That's recent. That's decent. My bad. I don't agree with the racist comments, but cannot take away from what he did. Okay, yeah, and that's respectful, Frank. You know, you don't agree with it. You kind of, I don't support you. I don't want to buy anything. Okay, you coming to town. I don't agree with what you said, and you want my money. No, thank you. But you still respect. Okay, he did do a lot in the wrestling industry. Still respect what he did. I mean, WCW, WWF, wasn't he part of both of those companies? And wasn't he the face of both of those companies? I know when he went to WCW, wasn't it such a shock when he was a heel? So wasn't he like on top of the world when he was a baby face and a heel, Hulk Hogan? So you can almost say he was versatile as in some extent. He was a great babyface, and he was a great heel. Again, I did not grow up during his time, but that's what I heard. And I do the theme song. If anyone knows, I'm a All American. Was that theme song made specifically for his wrestling theme song? Or was this a popular song back in the 80s that he used and kind of made it mainstream? If anyone you guys know, please let me know. Again, I didn't watch during that time. That was in the 80s. I was born in the 90s. So I just know the songs. I don't know if it was his actual theme song or something that was very popular and he made it his song. So AEW news, let's talk about it. They are talking about Britt Baker, of course, because when we don't see her, they talk about her. That's what they always do. And they do say that if we don't see her soon, that more than likely she's done for. And if she's not in Pittsburgh, AEW, where she's actually from, that is a good sign that Miss Britt Baker is done with AEW. If she is not at Pittsburgh, they are stating the wrestling blogs that it looks like it's a wrap for her. So I'm really going to watch to see if she does show up. Dr. GMD or GMD. I did meet her live this year at a con. I will briefly speak about that. It was at a con, of course. I'm gonna keep it real. I did pay my money to see her, so I'm not gonna act like I didn't spend money to see this lady. So I did spend money to get in the con. I spent money for the meet and greet to meet her. Um, my experience, she was very nice, professional. The line, you like, I know you guys like gossip and juice. So let's talk about what she looked like in real life. Let me talk about the line. She did have a decent line. This was maybe 4 months ago I saw her, and she hasn't been on TV in almost a year. For someone that has not been on TV, she had a decent long line when I met her. Um, Very pretty. Real life. I did talk to her briefly. You know me, I had to take my moment. Boo, I paid for this. So, girl, let me tell you something while I'm here. So, I did talk to her, and she was really nice. She giggled. Very pretty. Some of these women, when you meet them, way more pretty in person than they are on TV. I do remember when I first met Trish Stratus, maybe 3 years ago. Maybe I was in awe because I grew up with her in the Ruthless Aggression era. But she was very pretty when I did see her. But Britt Baker not returning, who knows? She still has her fans. Decent line. It was maybe 80 people for her. So no, she has a decent amount of people that do show out for her. Um, I did say, Boo, the women's division's missing you, Boo. She kind of giggled and, did her little professional way and respond. Because I'm like, Boo, where you been, Boo? The women's wrestling division needs you in AEW, Miss Honey. And she just laughed. I guess I geeked her up a little bit because she did giggle, but she kept it professional and gave me a generic response. I'm like, damn, Boo, you can't give me hell. Get, and this stay between us, Boo. What's really going on? As I run on YouTube. So, good choice, I guess, by what you said to me. But she's very pretty and nice. If she hasn't returned, I mean, I don't know if she'll do good in WWE, to be honest. I do like her a lot. Again, I did pay money to support her, so clearly I am a fan. But I'm just saying she has more of that AEW vibe to her. Her being the first woman to be signed, she's associated with that company already. Like, if you talk about AEW's history, you can't erase Britt Baker, the first woman signed to that company. So, I always felt she was going to be someone that was utilized, always someone that could always be part of the mid card title. Even if she's not getting a mega push, she could always still be part of the TBS title. Maybe someone that's in a tag team. I always felt maybe if they brought the tag team women's championship, she could help elevate it by partnering with someone. I always felt like Britt Baker was going to be that star that they would use throughout her career, but we see her in different lights, kind of like a Charlotte Flair, where she's been with the company so long, but they always do something similar but kind of new with her, where you get tired of her, she leaves, comes back, and then something new with her. Kind of like how she's now part of the tag team division. So this is something new for Charlotte Flair. But again, we've seen her year after year after year, kind of like Britt Baker. Don't know what's going on. I heard she was difficult backstage. We can keep it real. I heard she was difficult backstage. Some people even called her a bitch. I will say that. But when I met her, she was cool. So I can't. Okay, so you think she'll be in WWE? I mean, I don't want to say Frank. I don't want her to shine. I want her to do whatever's good for her. If they don't want to use her, I don't want her to just sit at home all day. But you got to also keep in mind that she has this dentist office that she ran before she was even a wrestler, which she still runs to this day. So I don't know if WWE is an option for her because she wants to still own her business, or if she goes the WWE route, she can still handle her business and be a dentist on the side. Or will she have to give up ownership? That's something you have to think about. Or will someone else run it for her while she's on the road? And when she's not on the road, once a week she goes. It's going to be hard, it's going to be really hard for her dentist. That's why I don't know if WWE would be for her, because I don't know if she would really want to give up her own business for wrestling full time. You have to remember she is a dentist for real. She has her own office. I feel like with AEW it works with her. She knows her schedule. It's not that much live shows and traveling all the time. But with WWE, I heard you get a schedule like a week before, like, yep, next week this your schedule. You're like, damn, I'm only gonna be home once this week. So yes, exactly. Anna's, hey, how are you? Anna's husband. We talk about pro wrestling news. Right now we're talking about AEW. I did want to change it. We were talking about WWE, Jimmy Uso and his weight gain. Is that stopping him from getting the push. Hulk Hogan and his death, people being called coons, people getting criticism. Now I did switch it up a little bit to AEW. Now we're talking about basically the viewerships at 600,000. But what's going on with Britt Baker? Okay, so TNA would be maybe a middle ground. I can see her doing that, which could maybe lead to her going to WWE. What I mean by that, she does TNA for a couple years, gets her dentist office in order. Okay, I'm going to be gone for maybe 2 or 3 years, sign this contract, has someone run it for her while she's a WWE star, visits here and there to do her dentist stuff, keeps her business, but prepares, goes to TNA, elevates that division, makes her little NXT appearances that eventually gets her signed. I mean, yeah, if she did play it smart and plan ahead, she wouldn't have to technically lose her business if she went to TNA for a couple of years, plans on going to WWE, has someone run her business for her while she's a star there, does a contract. Hell, just because you leave AEW doesn't mean that you will never come back. That being said, who do we think is eventually going to come back? Do we think a Jay Cargo might come back eventually? A lot of people are saying they don't believe in her being the women's champ. A lot of people are saying, snooze alert. We don't want to see her and Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam. And this girl, we don't even think that she's champion material. So is she gonna be the one that goes back to AEW one day? Will we see Ricky Saints? I just want to know. A lot of people have not left AEW yet to go to WWE, but we know eventually there will be a time where someone jumps back. Okay, so that's fair. She could do a lot in TNA. She could run that division. She could be the women's champion of TNA. I think it would get a lot of views. I don't know how many views TNA gets on Access since they don't release it. I'm assuming maybe 100,000. That's being nice. So maybe if she did come, if she can get them to 300,000, that would help. But Britt Baker going to TNA would be different. Again, I don't know what's going on with her and AEW. Her and Tony Khan, they don't like each other. Speaking of TNA, let's do some TNA news. We do have TNA. We do have two NXT stars with their belts. We have JC Jane, the underdog who does her little dance, the one that survived Toxic Attraction. All them girls got released. Let's just be real. We like to be real on this channel. JC Jane was the underdog of that group. Okay, you guys called her ugly at some point. Said her tooth was crooked. Some people were saying that Gigi was hot with her orange hair. Everyone was fantasizing about Mandy Rose, but JC Jane, she was always the ugly one out of the group. That's what everyone would call her. But look at her now. And again, I root for the underdogs. So I was like, okay, but she got the little red streaks in her hair. She looked cute here and there. I'm happy for her. Double champion. Just scared for TNA. Are they going to sell eventually to WWE? But again, Marquel's World. I post pro wrestling news at least 3 times a week. Please like and sub. I have to say that sometimes. Sorry if I don't. People don't like and sub. So, I didn't see that coming. Okay, so because I know people talking about Jade. Dang, she really like I saw something on X recently. They was like, dang, she almost been here for 2 years and this girl still has not improved. But you feel like at this point she may actually get released. I mean, I have seen people talk about her, how they don't really like her, how she's kind of stale at this point, how they don't want to see her and Tiffany fight, that Tiffany deserves better. I mean, I can see her winning the belt. I don't know if they would take it off Tiffany because she's like the Barbie doll who is now the serious champ. I don't know. They're kind of pushing Jade, but not as strong. When she first came, they had the limousine. You were excited to see her. She was the new girl that came. Now she's not getting pushed as much ever since she got that injury angle. And I did hear the wrestling blogs do say that she's not used to the traveling still, that she liked that AEW life. Mark Henry saw her at the gym one day. Boo, you look cute. How old are you? Oh, okay, you 30. You still got a little time. Let me hook you up. And he got her in AEW. She started training in AEW. She was on the road a little bit in AEW. WWE liked her. And now we're seeing the results right now where people are saying, damn, she's a little green in the room. She's a little green in the ring, which would make sense if wrestling wasn't really her passion. And Mark Henry eyes got wide when he saw her ass in the gym and she took the opportunity. Hey, Wrestling Vintage Collection, how are you? I'm a real American. So I do remember someone earlier did state that they are happy for the Hulk Hogan fans for keeping it real and saying how they loved Hulk Hogan. So you are keeping it real. You are one of the fans that, hey, I don't wish death on him. I'm not celebrating it. I'm happy to celebrate his career. So, okay, do you have a favorite memory? That being said, okay, so we have Alan now. So, Alan is saying Hulk Hogan was the greatest he thought for the rights. Okay, I don't know about him fighting for rights, things in that nature. And again, I'm not trying to throw any shade towards him, but again, that was in the 80s, so I was born in the 90s. So, I don't know much about that era, but I do know he was mainstream. Still don't know why. Again, I do like his look, but I don't know what put him on the map. Again, I do think maybe it was the picking up Andre the Giant and having that big moment. That's what made him huge. But yeah, he was major. Even I knew him from the Ruthless Aggression era. Fight for Your Life. Okay, yeah, that's the theme song. Yep. All right, see, you see, now you're asking me what my favorite. I would have to say maybe when he was at that WrestleMania, the one where they were in Hollywood. Was that in LA? Was that WrestleMania 21? I think that was my favorite memory. Let me look. I think I remember him on a bike. I did like his entrance. I like the theme song. So maybe that's a favorite memory of mine, seeing his entrance. I will say this now that it's sinking in. Now that it's sinking in, it's been 2 days, I think. A little shocking. It's a little shocking. You know, death is permanent. So even all that he's done personally, you like him or not, still, damn, he's really gone forever. So that kind of finally settled in. So shocking. He's gone. So oh, see, I don't remember that. I think I heard about that, but I do remember him at WrestleMania 21. I think that's when I was watching. Oh, okay. So you talking about the Britt Baker that she was basically put on the sideline. I think maybe a lot of trust wasn't in her no more, or a lot of booking wasn't in her favor after the match she had with Mercedes. Remember they had that match at All In, and a lot of people were really disappointed. Because you have to remember when Mercedes Moné came in, there were a lot of AEW fans that were against her coming in. I can admit that. There were a lot of AEW fans that basically were saying, you know what, we have this WWE shit. Okay, she don't like what's going on in WWE. Now she wants to come here in AEW. I love Mercedes Moné. I think she's the best female wrestler. That's just my opinion. So of course I was happy that she took a stand for herself. She did not want to tolerate that tag team shit where she had to get pinned by her partner so the main champion can look good. So I stand with her. But a lot of people were excited for her to come who were fans of hers. And we were excited to see Britt Baker, the top heel bitch of AEW, facing that CEO. That is the matchup of the night. Two of the hottest women getting on who's going to win. Is Britt Baker going to show Miss Mercedes Moné, this is my division, boo, and she wins the title, or were we going to see Mercedes Moné win? But we all know the end results. And we all know a lot of people were disappointed with how they wrestled and said it was very sloppy at some point. I think they even said there was teabagging going on, where I think that's where you purposely make your opponent look bad. They said that Britt was doing that to Mercedes Moné, trying to make her look bad. I don't know. So I was disappointed with the match. Being a fan of both women, I can say that I expected a little bit more. Okay, no, we keep it real. I kind of I love WWE myself, and I know WWE. This TNA partnership scares the hell out of me. I'm being honest. I love TNA too. Okay, I told you guys I've been watching wrestling since I was 7. I'm 29. Yes, I love WWE, the Hurricane, TNA, love it, Spike TV, the beautiful people, Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, Madison Rain. That was my favorite. That trio. Yes, the duo of Angelina and Velvet, they were fun, but Madison Rain added a little spunk as the third girl. Shark Boy, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, they have their own legacy, TNA. And I'm afraid with this partnership, they will eventually be bought by WWE and their legacy won't mean much. Again, going back to JC Jane and Trick Williams being the champions, why do we have two WWE stars owning the top belts of TNA? Kind of made your roster look weak, that a developmental brand is able to take everything from TNA as a whole. I mean, TNA, do they have a developmental show? I think they have TNA something with the X. Axis, is that a TV show that they also have where they have like 2 matches a week? I know they have a second show. What the hell is it called? Give me 1 second. What I'm getting at is TNA, the television show, that's their main show. So you have your main wrestlers getting defeated by developmental stars at WWE. Kind of makes your division look weak. I don't like that. Is it Genesis? My memory. I know it's like online. You know what? I'm going to remember as soon as I get off here. I'm going to remember the name of that silly show. 'Cause I know there's another show that goes on weekly with TNA, but it's not as popular as TNA. But I can't think about it right now. Okay, you love you some Jade, and you just want more from her. It sounds like. Uh, okay, yes, my childhood dream team. Yes, remember when he feuded with Macho Man, and you had to decide which side you were on. I think I saw that in A&E documentary. What is it where they have these two men and they compare their rivalry? I think I've seen that there. And that's what I mean. I only know about Hulk Hogan from the Ruthless Aggression area, clips from what I've seen on YouTube when he was in his era, and then maybe some documentaries such as A&E where you have these rivalries and you explain the rivalries. Then I would see some Hulk Hogan footage while I would watch the rivalry episode where he was feuding with someone. And I think they did have Macho Man at some point in one of these documentaries. WWE, gotta give it to them. I love they have so much content. They don't only have wrestling like almost every single day with Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Evolve, Speed, AE documentaries, Peacock documentaries. WWE is doing good, so I am happy for them. Oh, that's nice. He saved Devon's job. Okay, hey Markel, listen, new here. I know you heard a lot of crap about him, so you was thinking it's just a racist old dude back in 1999. One of my family members was a active black rights member. Part 2 down. Okay. Okay, Alan saying Hogan was not racist. His thoughts were the right, safety, D job. Oh, okay. Was this where it was getting at? Because I was like, what? Okay, Devon, I know him from the Dudley Boys. Okay, so I guess Alan is stating there was more to him than that conversation that we heard on the phone. So are you like maybe stating he was like angry about this whole situation, basically saying that she deserved a black rich man. And I don't know. The whole story was odd, wasn't it? One of his friends was recording him while he was having a private conversation. He helped Dennis Rodman in the world celebrity. So it seemed like Allen's basically saying there was more to him than just that. And maybe that one thing, there was more to him than just that, and giving examples how he actually tried to help other races such as black. Well, I'm sorry, Brack, sir. I hope all is well. Okay, so here's your part two, wrestling vintage collection. He was connecting a lot of celebrity. Most of them was like, I think this goes back down where someone said that he was basically helping people. And then no, we don't talk to. Okay, he was connecting a lot of celebrity. Most of them was like, no, we don't want to be associated with this crap. And he met Hulk Hogan WCW debate that morning. He asked him if he would like to join, and oh, okay, okay, support us. Okay, so this is a story. And if you don't mind, okay, thank you for telling us that. So have you ever met Hulk Hogan? Okay, so you met him before, or you saw him live? And let me be right back. So you met him before. So how do you feel about what they saying about him? Let me be right back. Oh, black kid, I never forget seeing the great Hulk Hogan walking to us in his prime. I'm assuming you're talking about a wrestling event, or is this a meet and greet? But any other news? Let's do NWA wrestling news. No one ever talks about that. A lot of people are taking a jab at AEW for not saying anything. Do you feel like they are obligated? Okay, I look up NWA wrestling news, nothing pops up. They're irrelevant. So let's look up MLW. I'm trying. MLW. I'm trying to talk about all wrestling gossip. Okay, so we got something about Matt Riddle from May 9th, 2025. So, okay. Okay, Chris Stantler goes public with her relationship. Again, this has nothing to do with MLW. So, again, I guess a lot of people don't report about them. Let's do Ring of Honor news. Hey, I want to talk about everything because I don't know what you guys watch. Maybe someone watched Ring of Honor, MLW. So I'm trying to give everyone. I'm trying to give everyone a chance of what they watch. Say G. John helped Booker T. So he helped Visual, who died like 3 years ago now or 2 years ago. He helped Devon and he helped Booker T. So those are three examples. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he told a nice story. Do love it. Again, there was someone earlier that did say they love the Hogan fans that are telling stories and giving good memories. Again, I don't mind. I didn't grow up in that era, so I don't know much about him. So I don't have that much of opinion. I just know how much he impacted the wrestling world. So I don't mind at all. I mean, tell your stories. Oh, okay. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, are you telling me shut up? No one cares about these other WWE shows? But I know what you mean. You're basically saying since I'm looking up all this stuff and I'm not finding anything that basically no one's reporting about MLW or NWA per se or Ring of Honor because it's not one of the majors such as the WWE, which sadly is true. I only see stuff maybe about WWE and AEW. TNA usually find something. Maybe it's a week old, but I usually find one article. Oh no, you weren't rude at all. Cody Waffles. So, what do we think about Brooke Hogan? So, is she going to carry on the legacy? We do know she at once was a TNA authority figure, I would call it. Was she the manager or was she like running the shots? We do know that she was part of the TNA roster at one point. Again, I did like her. I always was rooting for her because everyone would call her ugly and said she looked like her dad and she had a big nose. So, do you think she will be involved in some aspect? I do know she wasn't really talking to her father, but they did reconcile before he passed when she got the news that it's not looking too hot. But do you feel like she will honor him in some way? Maybe like if he gets honored, she will make an appearance on his behalf. Will the son do anything to continue the legacy? I mean, okay, I don't think she was on speaking term. Yeah, I said earlier they did report allegedly. You know what? Let's put this on. Let's put this on. Let me read the article. How about that? Uh, Here it goes. TMZ. Brooke Hogan got to tell Dad she loved him in her final conversation with Hulk 2 days ago, July 24th. Sorry. Brooke Hogan is telling people close to her she's grateful she had one final chance to tell her father, Hulk Hogan, she loved him, even if they were estranged in his final years. Sources close to Brooke tell TMZ she learned of her dad's death Thursday morning when her brother Nick texted her husband. Well, it sounds like she ain't close to him either. If he texting her husband, why he ain't texting his sister? So baby, she ain't speaking in terms with nobody. That's the real tea. But let's keep reading. Uh, let's keep reading. We're told the father-daughter relation has been fractured for some time, the result of a um, some issues over the years. Okay, let's talk about the final conversation because they give me an overview. I really don't want to hear it. Our sources say the last time they spoke was 2 weeks before Hulk married Sky Daly in September 23. During the final call, we're told Brooke expressed deep love and concern for her father, telling him she didn't think he should still be working so hard given his declining health. We're told she urged her dad to slow down and enjoy life, but Hope didn't want to hear it, and they hadn't spoken since. Hope also apologized to her during her call, but wasn't specific for what. I guess they're talking about that tape again. Because when that her boyfriend he was talking about, we are told Brooke was concerned with what's going on in his life and was always very protective of him. Our sources say Brooke was always coming from a place of love and concern, even when it wasn't well received. Her husband even made multiple efforts to mend the relationship, including what's up with these husbands and these spouses? Why he's so involved? The brother texting him, he trying to help. Okay. Her husband even made multiple efforts to mend the relationship, including reaching out when Brooke nearly died during childbirth. Well, damn. But Hope responded coldly and never made effort to meet Brooke's kid. Our sources say he ultimately only wanted a relationship with her under his terms. Despite all that, we're told Brooke feels lucky and grateful she got to say I love you during their last conversation. She feels at peace knowing she did everything she could do to protect and support him. Okay. So there's that. I don't think she was on speaking terms. So it looks like, I guess, according to this, she didn't speak to him since 2023, but they did get to say their piece. And allegedly, he didn't want to meet the kids. But allegedly, according to Brooke's mom, or was it her stepmother, she was talking on live saying they didn't even know that Brooke Hogan had twins because she kept it a secret from her and Hulk. Guy was a world war star before internet was able about everyone. Oh, I know what you mean. So you're basically saying he was he went viral without the internet. It was word of mouth basically about Hulk Hogan and him on TV. I feel like AEW's hypocrite wrestling, ignoring the people that create the business. CM Punk, I think, saying his shoe promo when they just thinking we are creating the WWE universe. So we feel like they should at least kind of pay their respect. They didn't have to do too much. They could at least tweet it or did something at least regarding this death Eric Bishop will continue Hogan's legacy with All American. Okay, if they were really close, I can see Eric Bishop is someone that is still relevant to this day. And I do see him maybe if they were really close, he would be the one that would help carry it on. Probably some water in the bridge situation. Crazy Hogan got booed out of the building. Yep, that's always going to be your last memory of him getting booed. You can't rewrite history. I think the husband was the one who started the attempt to make him speak in. Like he was the one. Okay, I just they just kept mentioning him. Like he's the one that reached out to Hulk, and the brother reached out to him. It's like, damn, is Brooke that man? I mean, we don't know what happened to Brooke, so I'm not judging her, but I'm just like, damn, everything has to go through him. Again, the fans are hypocrites. Some white rappers can say the damn word, but someone can't say it in a personal conversation. People are hypocrite. Yeah, you're saying like some people, different races, they rap about it and they're getting paid for saying the N word, and some people eat it up and dance to it and even twerk to it. I'm only saying twerk because someone asked me earlier if I can twerk, so maybe they like that word. So some people even be twerking when other races say it. As long as they got a nice beat and they clap their hands. I don't know. People call Hulk Hogan racist and try to blacklist him over comments. I never think that he could have been blacklisted because I did hear about him over the years, and he have his own T-shirt shop in Florida. I remember I used to order stuff off Pro Wrestling Tees, and people would always compare it and saying that Hulk Hogan, his shop was better than Pro Wrestling Tees. So I did think that he always had a place in wrestling, even if it wasn't on TV. He still had a presence. I don't think they could have ever blacklisted him. Kind of like reality TV. If you think about Nene Leakes, I'm a Real Housewife of Atlanta show fan. I do want to talk about my personal life sometimes. So I do want to talk about other things outside of wrestling that I do. So I do like Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she's an original housewife, and she sued Bravo. And yeah, you can say they try to blacklist her, but she's still getting shows here and there, kind of like a Hulk Hogan, where you can't really blacklist him because he has so much name value that somebody wants to hire him. Hmm. I against use it all. Don't call. Oh, you're against it just in general. Don't use it all. Pass the yeah. The greens. I'm even green that every race don't say. Even mine. I don't even try to use that word myself. There's a lot of different names I could call someone before I call someone that. So I don't know. I do know there are some cultures that grew up saying that, and that's just like a common word. They just throw it around. So I know some people they're just so used to saying it, it's just second nature to them. They don't even mean no offense. So I do know there are some people that just say it because that's just the environment they're in where that is a normal word. I'm talking about the hood. Sorry. If we keep keeping it real, some hoods, they do talk like that. Oh, I say a little bit of twerking. Somebody, wait, no, I wasn't twerking. Well, not today. I was talking about some rappers say the N word and people be twerking to that. But no, I wasn't twerking today. But again, I have a little small cold, but I've been on here for over an hour wanting to talk to you guys about pro wrestling news. I think I'm about to head out now. Please like this video. Please sub if you have not. I post pro wrestling news at least 3 times a week. If you have not watched my videos, I post shorts and videos. Posted some this week. I plan on posting one more time this weekend, so you will be seeing me. It may be a video today or it may be tomorrow where I post it, but I will post one more time. But I'm headed off. Thanks that came. Thanks for those that will watch the replay. I'm about to go to bed soon, but I do have plans later on, so maybe take a quick nap. But before I go, I like to do this sometimes. Fire School, nice talking to you. Man with the name, nice talking to you. Oliver, it was nice talking to you. Odiv, he was the one that asked me if I twerk. Josie, nice talking to you. Frank, always nice talking to you. Okay, I think I already said man with the name. Thank you, Oliver. Thank you. Nice talking to you, Valentine. Okay, he was the one talking about eating people out, well, specifically me, but this is not what this chat is for. Um, but I guess I'm flattered, looking sick and all, because I do know I do look a little sick. But I thank you for that, I guess. But Frank, always nice talking to you. I think I want to check out one of your videos. I think I heard you say you make videos, so I will definitely check out your YouTube, Frank G. I think you post maybe sometimes. Brandon, all you asked if I was gay. Yes, I am. The shirt. Uh, Zucker, it was nice talking to you. I think you asked me where I was from, and then later say you don't care where I'm from. So okay, I don't know what that was about, but hey, Philip Lee, I think I've seen you before, so it was nice talking to you. Philip Lee, I think I've seen your name before. Nice talking, Elaine. I think you were the one talking about boxing. Nice talking. Okay, Elton, you were talking about some drag stuff. I'm just now seeing that, but hey, Alan, nice talking. Philip, John Wick, it was nice talking to you. You had a lot of commentary. Echo. I don't think we really talked that much, so I don't even have to acknowledge you, to be honest. NYS, it was nice talking to you. We were talking about the Wyatt Six. Did appreciate you bringing that to the conversation, so thank you. And I do appreciate John Wick and Frank and what you guys brought to this conversation, because honestly, it would be boring if I'm just talking to myself. The one with all these signs, no offense, I don't know how to say your name. The one that kept bringing up the cricket player. I guess thanks for coming. You gave me a view, but maybe you can watch wrestling. Para, Fine Christ, I already have him, baby, so you really wasted your time with that. Uh, Ami's husband, was nice talking to you briefly. XD, I don't know why you want to know my body count, but okay. Alan, it was nice talking to you. Wrestling Vintage Collection, it was nice talking to you, and I do thank you for your story that you gave us and the memories, of course. Taka Bump, you said what you had to say about Hulk. Thank you. Uh, let's see. I think I acknowledged mostly everyone. Cody Waffle, thank you for your commentary. Okay, so I think I acknowledged everyone. So I am getting off. Scroll through the comments, so now I'm done. But I will post one more time this weekend. Thank you, that guys that came, those that watched this replay. Thank you. Tired, little sickness, got somewhere to go, but a quick nap. But thank you guys. Thanks. It was, yeah, I post at least 3 times a week and I go live at least once. I'm starting to do more just weekend lives, pro wrestling gossip, because it's more about everything compared to just doing a Monday Night Raw live where it's just about Raw and then we don't talk about anything else. I do like this Saturday or Sunday where we talk about multiple things and gossip, because that's what we like, pro wrestling and a little gossip here and there. But yes, this is Markel's World, all things pro wrestling news and my life. I'll see you guys on the next video, YouTube. I'm on TikTok, X, Instagram, Blue Sky, Markel's World. My link tree is on my YouTube. You guys can always message me if you guys have some gossip. Message me if you guys just want to talk. Sure, message me. Um, but those are my social medias. But again, this is Markel's World, all things pro wrestling news in my life. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.